Okay, I never ask for these at the beginning of a video. I always ask at the end because I feel like you need to see the content before you make your decision about whether you liked it or not. Listen, any chance I could get a like because I'll actually get a review out before the next chapter's out. Okay? Do you know how long it's been since I've done that? Hasn't been this year. Probably wasn't for a while last year. If you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to. Feel like I might have earned it. Watch this review be late though. Watch it come out afterwards, and if leave this in, Matt, if it is, because you can look like a right dingus. Because there's no naughty words. One Punch Man. 126. Psychos was a good chapter. I loved it. Obviously because my boy Saitama's in it so much. He's having some fun adventures with Flashy Flash and some interesting stuff at the end as well. So, chapter carries on from where the last one left off, of Saitama and Flashy just cruising around in their little minecart, watching some stuff. All of a sudden, they go find the source of funds for the Monster Association, which I liked. I think they didn't really need that kind of stuff, but I liked the designs of stuff. In particular, I liked the ant workers, like he had the ant foreman, like blow the whistle, like he's got a little vest in his hat on. Good design. Didn't ask for it. Liked it though. And of course, the moment like Flashy discovers, oh, these must be the source of funds. Saitama is immediately like the source of funds. Oh my god. And this is one of my favourite things about Saitama as a character, is despite how amazingly powerful he is, he's human. Like, he's human through and through. Like, at the end of the day, if any human saw that much money and gold, they'd be like, oh my god, that's a lot. Like, he is very invested in this kind of stuff. And it is something that I feel like got downplayed in Season 2 as well, like when they learned, because when he first learned that the prize money for the tournament was like 3 million, was it? He was like, that's a lot of money. But then when that kind of gets downplayed in Season 2, that's a different point altogether. Any case, the foremen spot them, and they're like, right, everyone go, and these giant monsters start attacking them, and obviously Mike Wazowski's hiding behind to Saitama his cape, and then we get some great scenes where they're like, with the moment, like, those two go into action, Flashy jumps up, Saitama, a rare, serious Saitama, boom, jumps up, and just the difference between the two, both very effective, but very different. Just obviously Flashy just like slicing and dicing everything up, and then of course Saitama just, boom, straight through them. And obviously this is where, like, Mike Wazowski learns, hey, these are both very strong, and I think the best, and like, I just love Saitama's finishing pose as well, where Flash is looking super cool, like doing this back, like the front flips and putting the sword back in his sheath. Saitama's just like, both land back in the car, and possibly the best panel of this is Flashy and Saitama, where Flashy is staring at Saitama and Saitama just blurred out. He's on the realization. Saitama doesn't care, it's a normal day for him. Flashy is under the realization now that Saitama is more than he thinks he is, you know? He's like, hey, you're... And then he has that moment of just staring, like, and it could be a few different things. Obviously, like, you know, Saitama's in another league, he's blurred, like, he's different, he's not the norm that Flashy is used to, and like, Flashy's just kind of, I wouldn't say not scared, like shocked. He's absolutely shocked at what he's just seen. And of course, Saitama goes like, hey, you're not bad, you're kind of fast actually. And he's like, kinda, because obviously he's insulted him. But obviously now Flashy's having to realise more and more that there is more to Saitama than initially appeared. And I love their interactions, of course, because but the thing is with these two, it's like, I guess there's a few things you can compare it to, but it's almost like a buddy cop film where they're both like very good, but they don't get on together because reasons, and then this is kind of the part where they should be bonding and getting to know each other better and be like, alright, I like you too. But Saitama just doesn't care, he's doing his own thing. Meanwhile, of course, Saitama puts his cape back on because Mike Wazowski tried to hide under it. When the moment he puts it back on, one of the giant like digging monsters, poof, puts it into the cape. Saitama goes flying back, and I was like, this is it. This is how they're gonna keep Saitama out the picture, because Saitama, as we know, he's very interested in the money down there. He's gonna be attacked by a bunch of monsters, and maybe this is what's gonna keep him away from this situation, you know. And obviously, Flashy. I feel like there's a moment where Flashy's like, when I first read it, I was like, Flashy's not going to go back for him, is he? But it was more in the sense of like, when he saw those monsters attack him, he was like, that's the end of him, there's nothing, because that first reach is like, no, and then it kind of like goes back. But then I consider that to be more along the lines of like, you know, he thought that was the end of Saitama. And to be fair to him, like obviously when he sees the other monsters, he jumps out, and I think Flashy would have gone back for him, you know? He's found this person who's like, there's something about him. I need to see what goes on. He still thinks less of him, but at the same time, he's not there yet, and I think it's very good. Obviously all the monsters burst out, and something I do really admire about Mike Wazowski as well is the fact that he went on, like, and this is kind of why I think there might be some redemption for him, especially if, like, monsters can be redeemed, then this might be interesting if he's one of the first ones to do it, because when I say he can be redeemed, monsters are quite cowardly in their nature. Like, they're negative, they're the embodiment of, like, hate or pity, or basically just, like, negative emotions, but he did something quite brave. He showed actual loyalty, you know. I feel like not many monsters would do that. I feel like most of them had their own reason for joining the Monster Association, and maybe they do still, maybe he does still as well, but at the very least his last kind of act was he was going to try and take down Flashy Flash, and I was weirdly impressed by that. Like, the fact that he was like, no, I'm going to make sure that, like, you know, like, I'm going to do my job as a member of this association, I'm going to make sure I do it. And so, like, I can't imagine, like, that he'll just die. He might just die to really hype up another monster, but, like, the way they're doing it, like, the way they're treating him, I can't imagine him just doing that, you know? So, as it carries on, obviously, the moment those all go on, Flashy just slices them up, and it's incredible, it looks good, but it's immediately overshadowed by my boy. Boom! He just runs down the track, and I was like, obviously, more than anything, it was supposed to be. I think it's a slight way of showing the power difference, because obviously you got, like, you do see remnants of Flashy slashes on them, but Saitama just, like, wrecks them and they're all exploded everywhere. But what makes it so much better, what makes this bit incredible, is the fact he's got gold and he's carrying it. He's got some in his teeth, he's got some in his hands, he's running for his life, like, he wants to get back in that car because he wants to fight the monster. And maybe that can be seen more on the fact of, like, despite how human he is, he's also got a very heroic side, because I do really overanalyze Saitama. But obviously the fact is, like, you know, despite the fact his heroic duties will come first, and if, obviously personal preference too, he wants to fight an opponent he can fight, and if this Orochi does, then that'll be it. So he goes back into the car, but I fucking love so much he has the gold there. The gold is what makes it, like, makes that from being like, oh, that's amazing, to that is perfect. These are, like, this is the reason why I love him so much. It's just these small things here. Like, he could have just been like, oh, I need to go catch up to those guys, but the fact he's like, just a little bit of gold, just a little bit of gold was fine by me. Obviously, Flashy sees him, they're both running together, hop back in, Mike Wazowski and he falls out, Saitama catches him and loses the gold, and I really felt for him. He really wanted some money. Oh, my boy, I feel so bad for him. And then it gets to the point where, like, he's just done. He's just done with this guy. And, like, he doesn't kill him, he's like, you better show us where Orochi is. So they are heading on their way to, I think it's pretty much shown that they're heading on their way to Psychos. And in comparison to other stuff, we get to see, like, we do get to see Psychos, and I haven't actually spoke about it, but this, I basically keep looking for stuff that I'm thinking, what's going to keep Saitama and Flashy busy, so, like, whenever this final fight comes around, when basically, as I assume, all the executives will be gone, and then Goro will be the last opponent when he's monsterized, what's going to keep these two out of the picture? There's, like, these two incredibly powerful heroes. Obviously, Saitama's got to have his fight with Goro, and he obviously can't wreck everyone, but there's got to be something that keeps Flashy busy too. And maybe, because I haven't spoke about it yet, it'll be what we saw in the revised version of 1, 2, 3? Yes. Where we see these, like, shells of Gyoro. I didn't know if they were, like, Orochi, like, stand-ons, or, like, they were other forms that Gyoro was going to take, like, as puppets for her to use. Any case, she is now done, because she doesn't get, like, how it's going like this, and even this weirdo Baldi's on his way, so she powers up to her true form, which is revealed to be Psychos. Now, just quickly, some people are incredible, genuinely, because a while ago, I was thinking about this a few days ago between I did my live reaction this, the name Psychos had been, like, I'm talking, like, maybe over a year ago, did a live reaction to some stuff, it was definitely over a year ago, it might have been Hot Pot. I heard the name Psychos then, and I didn't realise it, but what the community did was, they lied to me. They didn't tell me, they were like, oh, Psychos is just some other monster, don't worry about it, it's just a mistranslation or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they lied to me, so I wasn't thinking about Psychos. It was in the back of my head the past couple of weeks, so, well, the past week since I read it, so thank you very much for not spoiling stuff for me. This is to the community in general, if you ever see this. Hey, please don't spoil stuff for me. Avoid it, make up stuff, just don't let me know what happens, because I adore it, and I actually adore what those people did for me in particular, so thank you very much for that. Let's see. Any case, obviously she powers up and she's like, I'm going to be this being that even Goro couldn't compare to. Watch me, Psychos. And they give her like dragon level, like the proper thing more than anything is they give her the box. They say threat level dragon, Psychos, which is weird because she's not a monster. She's really powerful, but she's also not what makes her a monster in comparison. Like at least with Hellfire and Galewind, they took more monsterized forms, but she obviously took like a drug that enhanced her abilities. Now, either she's going to be an actual dragon and was making up stuff about what Goro was before, where Goro was saying like maybe because monsters exaggerate, like people think very highly of themselves in One Punch Man, like Tongue Licker for example, or Tongue Stretcher, who was like, oh, I'm the greatest because I got took down by King, or Stinger back in the Deep Sea King arc where he was like, oh, I must have beat a threat level god, and obviously it wasn't, it was just tigers. In comparison, like, maybe Goro was making up stuff about, like, her abilities before, and obviously some of it was true, but maybe, like, I'm thinking mostly the 300 times gravity, maybe it wasn't actually 300 times gravity, maybe it was more along the lines of just regular, maybe it was like enhancing, but maybe it was just like the extra intimidation, and who knows, maybe it was 300 times gravity, maybe it wasn't. Doesn't matter in any case because Psychos is here now. She still looks incredible, and I think this should be very interesting to see. But if Tatsumaki is so overwhelmingly powerful, it's going to make Psychos look like a right fool if she goes to challenge Tatsumaki with this powered up form, and Tatsumaki's still like, bye-bye, and just wrecks her. So maybe she'll end up finding someone else, maybe Fubuki. Maybe this could be a great moment for Fubuki to shine with Bang and Bomb. I don't know, we'll see. In any case, I think that's pretty much it for this one. I loved it. I just loved Saitama and Flashy doing their thing, and Psychos being an actual thing as well. So thank you very much for watching. Give us a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Tell me what you thought about this chapter down below. I'd love to know. What do you think is going to happen? Please no spoilers. But yes, I had a good time, and I hope you had a good time. Cool. See ya!